Hello everyone, this is Pius from Informatica Support. Today we will be talking about LCA utility for MDM and PIM. So the agenda for today's video is, first we will see the introduction and what is the usage of LCA utility. Then we will see the prerequisite needed to run the LCA utility, followed by a demo and a summary. So let's see the introduction part. So what is LCA utility? This LCA utility is mainly for the purpose of auditing purpose of license and license for MDM and PIM. So this LCA utility, it reports few things. So in MDM, this reports the number of consolidated and unconsolidated record for each BO and XREF. It also calculates the percentage growth from as of date, what we will give during the run to till date. This utility in MDM also reports the number of users information registered in all the ORSs. In PIM, this reports few things like the number of articles, supplier catalogs, and list of users registered in PIM. So what are the prerequisites needed for this running this LCA? So for MDM, the first prerequisite is the user who is going to run this utility, they should have access to the database. They should be able to log into the database using their username and password who is going to run this utility. That user must have the select privileges on all the ORSs table and few of the repos table in the CMX system database. Like in CMX system, CRepos table, CMX in the ORSs table, ORSs schema, BO table and XREF table, and a few of the repos table in the ORS database schema. And for MDM, the user should have access to the select privileges of the following database schema. The first is main and the second is master schema. So for the main schema, user table and audit table, these are the tables, and for master schema, article table and article revision table are the tables which should have access. So coming to the execute part, how to execute part. So let's see, first to run this utility, you need to have the utility, and to get the utility, you need to raise a ticket with GCS to get this LCA utility. So once you have the utility, you need to extract it, and if promoted, you need to put in the password 12345. So once you extract, ensure to provide the privilege for the utility folder, LCA utility folder of 775. After that, to run the utility for Windows, you need to run this LCA utility.bat, and on Linux, you need to run LCA utility LCA report.sh along with this parameter. This parameter is only for Linux. In Windows, this is not needed. And to run this utility, when you run this utility, you will get a file generated, a report generated based on whether you are running for MDM or PIM. So to write that file into that folder, you need to have the right privileges. So let's see a quick demo on the part. Once you download the report, that zip file, after extraction you will get this folder, LCA report version something. So open this, and in the lib you can check the jar file available. If you are using some other jar version, you can just the OGDBC jar or SQL Server jar, or if you are using DB2, you can put your jar here. You just make sure that you don't delete this LCA utility and PDF box. Post that, just open this LCA report.bat. Inside this, just mention your Java directory, Java bin path. If your Java home is set, you can leave it as it is. And apart from this, you need to modify this LCA report.properties. This is the main file which controls the report generation. So coming to the LCA report properties file, there are two types of properties. Report type, you need to mention MDM or PIM. If you are running for PIM, you need to mention PIM. If you are running for MDM, you need to mention MDM. And the database type, whatever the database type of MDM or PIM, you need to mention here. Post that like these are the properties for particularly for PIM. If you are not going to run the report for PIM, you can leave these properties as blank. This will not come in picture. So for MDM, this is needed, and the master database schema, you need to mention this is compulsory one. And the other compulsory thing for MDM is this connect URL, like, and the database driver. So the driver class name are already mentioned. If you are using some other driver, then you need to modify it accordingly, and the connect URL you need to modify. So in my scenario, I am going to use SQL Server, so I have modified the SQL Server connect URL. And master schema, mine is CMX system. So you can also exclude few of the ORSs from running the report, on which the report will not run. You just need to mention it as a comma separated. So there are few other properties which can come in handy. You can go through this report properties file. You will get the details. And while running for PIM, this is needed. And apart from this, you need to mention the PIM schema names. So main schema, master schema, supplier schema, HMM schema. So the names of those schema you need to mention. And after that, the details of those schema details, like host name, port, service name, these things you need to mention here. So for master, main, and supplier and media manager schema, all these details you need to mention here. Let's see a quick demo on how to run this utility. So let's come here, go to this folder. Here we have already modified this LCA report and LCA report.properties file. So we will just go ahead and open a command prompt. We will run this LCA report.bat. Since it is a Windows, we don't need any parameter. For Linux, we will need one parameter, which we have already discussed. And post that, it will ask as of date. This as of date means the LCA report is going to generate percentage growth of the number of records from this as of date to till date. So let's give 2020 January 1st. So now it will ask the master data schema name. So CMX system, host name, ours is, in our case it is localhost. So port number 1433. So now it is asking the login credentials. So username we will give CMX system itself, and the password is, we will give the password, and then it will connect, and then it will go to the C repos database table of the CMX system. It will check how many ORSs which are registered. So in our scenario there are total 3 ORSs registered, and so this report will run one by one for all the ORSs. So currently this is going to run for C360 ORS. So for C360 ORS, what is the host name? So in our scenario this is localhost, port number is same. So the ORS user, we will use the same user, and we will give the password. Then it will run the report, and then once it gets completed, it will ask the user details or the ORS details for the next ORS. So now it is going to run for the CMX ORS. So for CMX ORS, we will define the host name, port name, and user, and then password. And now it is asking for MDM sample. So let's give the same this, or if you have any other host name, you can give, like in some scenarios, there are some scenarios where one ORS is registered in the one CMX system, but it is hosted on some other database. So accordingly you can give here. So once it gets completed, you will see end of the LCA report. You will see this is generating, like PDF box jar is calling, and this LCA report is got generated. Come here, you will see a file created here from where you have run. Open this file. When you open this file, you will see this MDM LCA report. So let's see what is this. Like initially this is the MDM LCA report. How many ORSs are registered? These are the ORSs, and for first ORS, now the LCA report is there. So this ORS, you can see all the table name which are there, and the number of records, total number of records you can see here, and the percentage number of growth you can see here. Since we don't have any number of any record, it is just showing 000. So let's come to the, like once this gets completed, you will see the Xref table details, and once this gets completed, you will see all the source system which are defined there, and then HM source system names, and then you will see the cleanse match server which are defined, and then you will see then it will come to the next ORS, how many ORS users registered. So when coming to the next ORS, it will just continue for the next ORS as well. So for CMX ORS, we don't have any tables also. Let's come to the MDM sample one. So in MDM sample we have few records. So one particular table C address, we have these many records. As of 2020 we had this many records, so there is no percentage of growth from that date to till date. Like this is the main table we have, C party. So these many records we had as of today, and these many records were there on 2020 January 1st, and this is the percentage growth from 2020 to 2021, like till date. So this is how you can see the report and accordingly you can run the report, and you can see whether you are complying to the license whatever you have bought or not. Let's see one of the PIM report. So PIM report will look like this. So for P360 you will see the master catalog, then the supplier catalog, and then the suppliers, the digital assets, and how many catalogs are there. These details you will see, how many are active, these details you will see. And according to these are the user details. You can see when he was last logged in, when it was created, and those all details you will see. And accordingly you can take a call whether you need to renew the license or enhance the number of records in MDM or PIM which you are using, or if you want, or if you need to get in touch with the sales team. Accordingly you can take a call according to these reports. Let's summarize our discussion. So in this particular demo we saw the MDM LC utility and its purpose, we saw PIM LC utility and its purpose, and we saw how to execute it. Like this particular LC utility is license compliance and auditing utility, which you can run and get to know the details of whatever the number of records you are using and whether you are complying with the license whichever you have bought. And seeing on the report you can take the next action. If you are not aware of for how many records you have purchased the license for, you can get in touch with the sales team. We would love to hear from you. You can write to us at supportvideo@informatica.com, or you can tweet us at infasupport Twitter handle. And that's it for today. Thank you.